And make your face.
Mel gets a movie where the kid.
No, I never did that. I've done plastic we did that with a class one time with the, what do you call it stuff? Plaster Paris stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of cool, and we painted them. Okay, so I got that. We got the soothers. Cool. So how many know about ear candling? Okay. What do you know about it?
It helps to flush out stuff that has crawled into your ear that you did not know.
Okay.
It also just gets all that gunk deep down out of there.
Okay. All right.
Helps fluid too.
Okay. And Gina, you said you knew something about it? Did you
Yeah,
mention
it
that?
pulls out what I guess what she's calling gunk is infections. When you have ear infections, it helps pull that and not damage the eardrums.
Okay. Anybody else? That's it? Does anybody else know about it or just know have heard of
I've
it?
heard people coming into Bodie and asking if we have like the ear candling stuff. But
Okay.
I was just like, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
So I'm kind of where we're going right now.
Okay. How many have you done this for yourself or children or?
I've done it for myself and then my oldest son when he was younger.
Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this, insert that by her ear, and just bring that down here like this. And you don't force it in or anything. So Bibo, I've got literature that calls this ancient Egyptian coning.
It was pharaohs. I know pharaohs have a lot. Did you read it?
Okay. Does that feel like a good seal, Julia?
Maybe adjust it just a little bit.
More like that?
Yeah, that's probably.
Okay.
So what actually is burning there on the outside?
Okay, that's a good question. It's kind of like a gauze material with a coating, almost like a wax coating.
And as it's burning, is it dripping down into the ear?
No. Well, what the theory is that it's causing like a suction,
Or a vacuum?
a vacuum like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
You can hear type of thing like sucking.
A wind tunnel.
Did you hear it, Julia?
It kind of sounds like. How can I describe it? More like sizzling sort of sound.
Now I used to do this, and I have trouble when I fly, and with my ears. So this is one of the things I would do before I would fly. And I would get swimmer's ear. I have my ear canals. The doctor told me they weren't deformed, they were my form. And,
That's nice.
So about every 6 months I have to get my ears cleaned by an ear, nose, and throat physician. The wax builds up pretty easy because of my form.
My son has the
So
same.
this doesn't actually clean your ear. It just
Well, what
it's not
people
the
have
same.
said is that it, as you said gunk, but pulling the earwax out.
You can actually get gum flakes out.
So it's not the same as what you have done though when you get your ears cleaned.
Well, what they claim is that does the same thing.
Same
That just
thing.
actually pulls the wax out. And when I'm finished, we'll open it up and we'll look inside and see what's in there.
And you do both ears, you don't just do
You
one.
could do this
right?
instead of going to the doctor. Doing that whole thing.
Well, that's what people say.
It's typically recommended to do two ear candles per ear to
Why do you think massage therapists have gotten involved in this?
more natural. It's
More
helping with
natural.
cleansing. It's a cleansing.
Part of wellness.
Or wellness?
But you do have to do, you do both ears, correct?
Well, I suppose you could.
I was just wondering if that's a
Not
way-
at the same time,
But I'm just worried about the balance part. Where
though. Yeah.
to do both would balance out.
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Julia, how does that feel in your ear?
Just feels like something stuck in my ear.
But you know your
Oh,
head was
there
on.
it is.
Can you feel heat or anything?
Not much. Yeah, I don't really have much sensation of much happening, really.
Do you know there's a fire by your head?
I have no
Are you
sensation of
supposed
that.
to stop and clean the end out
If
periodically?
I can tell from the smoke, yeah, you could,
And how far would you want this to burn down?
before I burn my hand. I have a little wooden tool there that will clean it out. I kind of opened it up before I even started too, to make sure. These are expensive candles. There's cheaper ones. You'll see they're really waxy. But these are considered high quality
Do you
candles.
sell them at the store?
No.
Where do you get them?
No name.
Yeah, or I think.
And
it's
Whole
Whole
Foods.
Foods, yeah.
Whole
And
Foods. What was the first one you said?
No name nutrition.
And how much are they on average?
Sometimes $3 per
Yeah.
liter candle.
Yeah.
If you can find them when they're sold in a pair, it's much cheaper. But if they're individual,
My ear itch now.
You mentioned something about how much smoke.
Mhm.
If there's more smoke, it's drawing more out.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
like the cupping, if you do it without the suction,
Mhm.
they light a match, let the smoke fill up, and then it pulls the skin up. Okay.
I used to teach this in class, and I can remember we were on the North 50th Street, right off of Dodge, in the storefront when we first started. It was at night, and everybody was standing around like you are, and we didn't have the lights very bright, and somebody was walking by with his children, and but he did say, "Go look at the healers," so he kind of knew what we were doing. Maybe we were kind of
Oh,
crazy.
that's good.
Yeah. This is what that scissor is for. I'm just gonna let it burn a little bit more in case that falls off.
Do you want one of us to get the scissors for you? Or?
I think I'm just gonna take it out. So, and I'm just putting it in the water. And we'll see if we've got anything then. So.
Do you want another
I'm
piece of
just-
foil?
No, I'm done, so, and Julie, if you want to get up.
Sorry, Tony, the light is right there.
Sorry. Not a problem.
So, here I'm just going to open it up so we can see if we did anything. They say the white powdery stuff, people will say that it's candida that comes out. So you can see, and I probably should have showed you the inside of the candle before we started out, but I'll bring another one out so you can see what they look like inside. But they don't have that dark substance, nor the powder stuff.
You said these originated from Egypt?
Well, I've got articles that say that.
Oh.
Okay? So now
Hold
we're
on,
going to
sorry.
do it a second time. And we'll have a choice here.
So where's the air exactly coming? What is the bullet here?
In the ear.
Right? You
Drum.
don't push it
Or
too
ear.
far in though. It just makes a little connection there with the ear canal. But you can
Where's
see in
that?
there, there's nothing, there's no
Inside.
wax in there or anything.
Inside the hole. You just
Okay, now we're
dip
going to do it
in
a second time
Sorry.
around.
inside your hole.
This is an
So,
experiment.
Not here.
No,
Inside.
in here.
So, I don't know, well, we have a choice between three things here. I have a pineapple, and I've got two frogs.
Uh-oh, poor frogs.
Which one do we want an ear candle?
Frog.
Do we have a consensus?
Pineapple.
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 We'll let the frog stay there with the pineapple.
Yes.
Okay, so same, very, you can see in there?
Can we see? Okay. There we go.
Okay, so now we get my match.
Where is the pineapple's ear?
Well, we know
That's a
potatoes
great
have eyes.
question. Okay, so we'll hold it there.
And those barbecue items were through.
You didn't put foil around it.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I like cooked pineapple. I like the grilled pineapple.
Ear candy.
It's on your, it was on
Ear
your,
candy.
your brochure.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Jen didn't do it. I didn't do it. It was the first time to see it. Ear candy.
That's crazy.
So why is Paulette doing this?
And why is it pineapple smoking?
Well, that's what goes into the ear.
And see, I was taught that.
Wow.
That's not typically what pull. And it'll probably come out the other end because you gotta think it's going in, coming out. Right?
So
I wouldn't think so.
the person that taught me how to do it said that when you know it's in the ear correctly is when no smoke comes out. So
From the base.
since he doesn't have an
Smoke the smell.
ear canal.
Really?
And I
But
would,
are you sure?
like, because I've done it on friends.
Oh, well, you know.
I've had them adjust it to it feels like it's
No, there's no love
Is anybody
here.
concerned that I'm doing the pineapple?
Yeah, I wonder why you're doing the
Because
pineapple.
you're gonna open it up and see if the same stuff is in there. That was my assumption anyway.
We weren't second guessing you. Figured you knew what you were doing. Now, if you had a watermelon, it'd been a totally different story.
That's great. Yeah, probably what I should have done was do this at the same time. Have somebody with
Oh,
pineapple
yeah,
at the same
that
time.
would be good. Mm-hmm.
Just thought of that.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it either.
Should have done a jelly donut. Bet your jelly donut would have some serious problems. Just saying. Now, this would make a great Facebook page there, but this picture for Facebook.
We could take a picture of this if I want to.
Paulette and the pineapple. Stay tuned for next week's.
Well, the World Herald had called me a couple of years ago about ear candling. I shared with them this experiment that we do at school. So I had a lot of phone calls from therapists that said, but we want to deal with the facts. And anytime that somebody shares a new modality or concept with you, or, we need to do research. It's very important. We always want shortcuts and the natural way, the easy way. And I think massage therapists, we have to be very careful, because I think people come at us that way. And we can be vulnerable to that.
What kind of voodoo are you using now?
Well, it must be working. There's no smoke coming out
Yeah,
now.
it's working, I think. So we need to do research. Some of the medical journals have referenced this, have discussed this. And because doctors find patients because somebody has done this to their ears. So we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll see what happens here as soon as we get done.
My guess is that the seal isn't
Yeah.
right or proper.
it's not gonna pull
Well, what would it pull?
impurities that have
Impurities
gotten
off
into the
the skin.
pineapple as it was grown. Is
That what?
What I think it'll pull is the impurities from when the pineapple was grown.
Okay. I should have used the front, maybe.
I was gonna say, I would think you should, in that case.
Well, I think we'll see what happens. There's no opening here, though. I'm just touching the
Okay.
hard surface of the pineapple.
Okay.
Is that a QR thing?
Yes, it is.
That's the QR code we're talking about today. You missed our technology class today.
Oh,
The QR code.
QR what?
Code.
You scan it with your smartphone.
oh,
The school has one. Did you know that?
we're going to get one for our front door.
Yeah. That's pretty
As soon as
cool.
we launch our new web page, it's almost ready. Got a couple things are backwards on it, but
Is that why NiceNet's having trouble?
no, it has nothing to do with NiceNet.
So, can I ask you about NiceNet? Like, if I get home tonight and I can't finish...
Can you wait because I think we're
Oh,
recording
yeah.
still? Yeah. Okay.
Look at the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to let it burn down just for a little bit more.
And there's no smoke coming
A little. You have to catch it just right.
Yeah, but,
Like a little.
That's just the heat making it move.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna sing happy birthday. To a pineapple.
So why do you think our insurance company won't insure us for this?
Flame, open flame.
You think that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burning of people.
Okay.
Or they don't think it's a proper treatment, or they don't.
It's not recognized.
Yeah, those are good reasons. I think well, just
Some
one
people
more
could
minute.
not make sure that those are out completely or improperly dispose of them.
Okay.
Instead of cutting it into a glass of water, maybe cut it into a trash can and start a fire.
Okay. I think we're kind of where we were with Julia's ear now. So I think I'll stop here
And bring
then.
it to your
Theodore's
side.
right
You
there.
go too.
I thought he was gonna drink. I thought he was too.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one open. Oh gosh.
I know its air is very bad.
Very bad. So what's our conclusion here?
Everything has bad stuff.
The air
Let's be
quality?
serious now.
I'm thinking the air that would be pulled.
I think that it does not do anything, pull anything.
There you go. This is very good, excellent. And that's probably
Wow.
harder for you to say because
Well,
you've been
yeah.
using it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So this is only from the substance from the candle. If I was to burn this just in the air, I'd still get the same thing. If I use the frog or an ice cube or whatever, I would still get that. So what this is, a powdery stuff, and this is not earwax. It's just when you melting down, it turns a darker color. Everything here is from the candle.
Wow.
So this is nothing we want to be using, okay? The claims that people make for it are false. And the experiment, tells us that. I just do the pineapple for fun. For the fun.
So this is a bust.
It's a bust.
You had it all.
Oh, good.
Now, you research this in some of the medical journals, like the New England Medical Journal, which is, one of the finest, has reports that the reason doctors are seeing people is because massage therapists have used these on people's ear and have permanently damaged their eardrum. Okay? Something falls in there, the heat, the powdery substances. And I'm very careful. I don't, you know, with Julia, I was real careful about the seal that I made. But this is the last time we're going to ever do it on a real person. And
We've done this several times before, and a couple of times there's been like wax. I could feel it go down in the ear,
Yeah.
and this time it did not, but
good. So that
there has been
that
times
powdery
when I
stuff
could feel
falls
it,
in
and
there.
then
Yeah.
and I had
Yeah.
dug it out of my ear. That was
Yeah, children
bad.
have been injured, and
Because of the hot wax.
That's why you don't sell them.
that's why we don't sell them.
Sometimes
Well, I
the
was as bad. I
flame
used
falls
to-
inward.
I didn't, you know, I made the mistake. I got hooked on it. I thought, oh, this is cool, and then started to do it. Then I did the research. That was a mistake. I should have done it before. And once I read things, I thought, well, this, I can't be using this. Jill, I really admire Jill. The first time we did the experiment, and Jill was here, she had her own private practice, and that week you had a couple of appointments for ear candling, right? So after she saw this, she called up her clients and canceled, and I was, you know, that was great integrity. One time we did this, and a student said, well, I just won't charge as much.
Oh.
Good reaction. Yeah, yeah. That's like, okay. It's not, so we had to talk about that. And the class had a good discussion over it, so that was good. Excellent. Last time I have to do it. Thanks, Jen.